when I get the opportunity to get up here every year, I try to do two things. First of all, I try to take a chance to bring in something like culturally relevant. What's hot in culture right now? So help me out. What's the next hot thing coming up? So we just had the premiere of Game of Thrones. What's the next big thing that's coming up the next couple weeks? Exactly, the Avengers. The Avengers, if you don't know, in 2 weeks, a movie called Avengers Endgame is coming out. It is going to be the biggest movie, literally in the history, the biggest weekend open is it 1 week? Okay, sorry, my bad. It's coming out. It's going to be literally, they're saying, I think it's like $900 million the opening weekend. So it is going to be the biggest movie opening of all time. So I'm going to try to work Avengers into my presentation a little bit. The other thing I like to do is I like to introduce my team, because I really believe that I have the best marketing team, and I'm very aware that if it wasn't for their hard work and their incredible results, I would not get the chance to stand up here and talk to you. So I'm going to kind of combine the two, and I'm going to introduce my team using the Avengers. So first of all, I'm going to change it from Marvel Studios to the Marketing Avengers, and then we're going to introduce the marketing team. So first of all, we have Javier. Javier he's our Iron Man. He loves the newest technology, and he lets it propel him all around the region to help out sales. So thanks to Javier. The next one, I love this one, is the Hulk, Joel. So Joel is just like the Hulk. He's a big guy. Sometimes he kind of has trouble containing his emotions and his temper. But when it comes to pricing knowledge, no one is more powerful than Joel. Next, we have Tammy, she's our Captain Marvel. When she's in her element, like this event, she has these magical skills that no one understands and no one gets, but when she's on, she is on, and she has been on this week at this event. So Cammy is our Captain Marvel. Next one we have is Giuliano. He is our Falcon of the group, of our Avenger group. Giuliano, sometimes he can be quiet, kind of like the character in the movie, but as you could tell from his award last night, he has definitely learned to take it to the next level and soar to new amazing heights. So that's Giuliano is our Falcon. And then Andrew, Captain America. Isn't it amazing how good Andrew looks in this picture? I mean, I love this picture with Andrew. He looks great. Andrew, he's he seems like a throwback to another generation sometimes, like Captain America, but we have been amazed by his skills and his abilities, so he's been a really great addition to the team. Next is our unofficial marketing team member that we like to claim, but she's actually not ours. Nancy. She is our Black Widow. She's always kind of lurking around. You're not quite sure what she's doing, but she's always working for an Arkin and Win. Next, Ahmad, the Black Panther. So Ahmad he's kind of new to the team, but we're just amazed by his skills and his fashion sense. So welcome to the team to Ahmad. And then this one I love. This is my favorite one. So I have known Carolina for 20 years, and when I saw this picture, I thought it was someone else. I did not even recognize this as being Carolina. So this is Gamora. She's our Gamora from the Avengers. And the way I see it is she's from a really far distant place, and we can't always understand what she says. But her demand generation skills are the best in the galaxy. So Carolina is our Gamora. I got to include myself, so I'll throw me in there. Some people say kind of a marketing god. I don't know anything about that. But this looks just like me, right? This is very accurate. And then, since we're kind of thanking people in the marketing department, the next person is not in the marketing department, but he is very supportive of us. So we have our Groot. So Scott, He's kind of a tall, lanky creature who hasn't quite mastered the English language. I don't know if you in the movie, I don't know if you've seen it. The only thing that Groot says is Groot. He says Groot. That's all. The only word that he knows is Groot. It's kind of like Scott with revenue. Revenue. That's the only word Scott knows. So Scott is, again, very supportive. But here's the thing. When you have a bunch of heroes like these, like the marketing team, you have to have a foil. You have to have a villain. You have to have that bad guy who's literally trying to take over the world or destroy the world. So traditionally, for sales, who's the bad guy? Who's the villain for sales? I mean, for marketing. It's sales. So our Thanos is Jeff Newman. So trying to take over the world in a good way. No, we love Jeff. We're just kidding about that. So thank you again. Thanks to my marketing team. I like to put them up there just to recognize a lot of hard work that they've done. And again, it gives me the opportunity to come up here. All right, so let's get serious now, and we're going to talk about living our brand. So what the heck does this mean? What is this guy talking about? He has a picture of a hiker with a beautiful sunset. What does living our brand even mean? Here's the thing. So yesterday in his presentation, Scott talked about it's time to fly. It's time to take off. So I am really excited because I think this company is set up in a way where we've kind of turned a corner. We've gotten lined up on the runway, and all we have to do is hit the gas, and I guarantee you we're going to be successful. We have this perfect trajectory. We are ready to go. We just got to take off and do it, execute. But here's the thing. If we go out in the market and we just kind of say to ourselves, yeah, we sell Microsoft, we sell Cisco, we sell Blue Jeans, these are great technologies. We're just going to throw those out there and we're going to be successful. It's not going to work. And I'll tell you why. We're going to fail because guess what? Hundreds of other companies sell Microsoft and they sell Cisco and they sell Blue Jeans. Our technology is not what makes us special. What makes us special at Arcadin is our brand, and I'm going to explain what that means in a minute. It's who we are and how we act every single day, how we treat our customers. It's called a brand, and let's explain what I mean by that. We're going to talk about what does a brand mean. So a lot of people think a brand is your colors and your logo and images. That is not what a brand is. That is the embodiment of a brand. You use logos and colors to kind of express what your brand is. But what your brand really is what makes you special. It's kind of what your competitive advantage is. It's the reason that customers pick you over another company. And that's what a brand is. And if you think about it, really successful companies, they not only have a really strong brand, but they really live that brand every single day. And every decision they make is based on fulfilling and living that brand. So I know some of the sales guys out there never believe anything marketing says. So we're going to do a little test, and we're going to kind of see if that's true. Does a brand really matter, and how does that work? So we're going to look at 3 brands, and we're going to see if these brands or if these companies have brands, and do they live those brands like I'm asking you to live our brand. So first, we're going to look at Walmart. Who shops at Walmart? Yeah, a few people. Where's Adam Lapatino? He seems like a guy that does some clothes shopping at Walmart. So where's he? Where? I can't see you. Okay, right there. Adam Lapatino. So stand up, Adam. So let me ask you. So Adam, you shop at Walmart occasionally? All the time. Okay. So do you go to Walmart because they just have amazing customer service? No. Do you go because they have the shortest lines in the retail industry? No. Do you go because you look at the incredible fashion sense of their customers? That's one of the reasons. Why do you go to Walmart? What is the number one reason that you go to Walmart?
It's the low prices.
Low prices. That's exactly. Walmart's brand is built on low prices. So look at the logo that they have there. It's literally the first thing they tell you when you walk in the door. Walmart, save money, live better. No one believes to live better. You go to Walmart because it's about saving money and low prices. So they have built their entire company on this concept that If you offer low enough prices with really long lines and questionable fashion choices, you could have a very successful company. So a Consumer Report did a study where they went in and they looked at Walmart and then they looked at kind of their big competitor Target and said, how do prices really compare? People think that Walmart's prices are so low. Are they really lower than Target's? 88% of the products that they looked at, Walmart was less. So basically what they've done is they've built their brand around low prices. Some people like it, some people don't, but they've been very successful at just living that brand every single day with their low prices. Next example we're going to look at is a company called Natura. It's a Brazilian company. So who's from Brazil out there? Raise your hand. Does everyone know Natura? Am I saying that right? Natura? Natura. Sorry, I knew I was going to say that wrong. So this is a beauty company. So I want to get Cesar, because he seems like a good-looking guy who uses beauty products. Where's he? What about Giselle? Giselle knows a little bit more about beauty products. So Giselle, stand up for a second. Do you use Natura? Is that right, Natura? Do you use that because it's super expensive and it's the most high-end product out there?
No, it's accessible for everyone.
Okay. What is it known for? What is Natura known for?
It's a good quality and it's made 100% of Brazilian products.
Okay, so it's really high quality product, and it is very natural products made just in Brazil. So they have built this whole company around this concept of this brand that everything they do, their advertising, their packaging, everything builds on the idea that these products are very natural and they're local and they're really high quality. So thank you very much, Giselle. Last one we're going to look at, last brand in this little test, is Timmy's, Tim Hortons. Who's from Canada out there? Who's eaten at Tim Hortons? I'm sure Gallagher's had a donut or two in his life. Where's Peter? Is he out there? Right there. Okay, Peter. Do you go to Tim Hortons because it is like an amazing culinary experience? No. Do you go because it's like a really remote, distant location that you have to travel a really long way to get to? No. Why do you go to Tim Hortons? Easy to find one. There's one on every block. Tim Hortons has literally built a brand on what's called ubiquity. They are everywhere. Everywhere you go in Canada, you will see a Tim Hortons. I did some research, did some math, and I found out that for every 10,000 Canadian citizens, there's one Tim Hortons. It's like, is that good? Is that bad? So I compared that to kind of what I think is the American equivalent, which is Starbucks. Starbucks is known in America as having thousands of locations all over the place. Everywhere you turn, there's a Starbucks. In America, there is one Starbucks for every 22,000. So Tim Hortons has doubled the penetration in the Canadian market on a per capita basis, and that's their brand. Their brand is everywhere you turn in Canada, there's a Tim's, I can go in, I can get some quick donuts or coffee and enjoy myself. So again, their brand is ubiquity. They're everywhere. They are, wherever you are, there is a Tim's. So did I kind of convince you the power of brand, that companies, these are three very successful companies in 3 countries within our region. Did I kind of convince you that brand matters and brand means something and we can live our brand? So what is our brand? Does anyone know? Any ideas? Did you hear anything yesterday that told you what our brand is? No? All right. I think it was, Scott's presentation, Didier's presentation, and Andrew's presentation, they brought up what's called a value proposition. So it is a new thing that has been written in the last about 3 months. We had about 40 meetings from the marketing people trying to write our value proposition. But what it is, it's kind of a description of your brand. It's, again, what makes us special, what makes us different, what makes us who we are, and what makes customers want to come to Arcaden as opposed to in other companies. So they wrote our value proposition, and this is what it is. I'm going to read it. We're passionate about delivering greater agility, engagement, and ROI to your business through world-class cloud communications solutions. By understanding your goals, we tailor our end-to-end consulting, deployment, and managed services to advance your journey to a smarter workspace. That is our new value proposition. This right here is kind of the embodiment of our brand. This is why customers pick us, why they choose us, why we're special, and why we're going to be successful. This is kind of the blueprint of when I say live your brand. This is what we need to do every single day. And we're going to take it a little bit deeper. We're going to look at a couple of key words in here, and this will, again, be a blueprint about when I say I want you to live our brand. We're going to go through and I'm going to kind of explain what that means. So let's start with the first two words in the sentence, which I absolutely love. We start out by saying, we are passionate. I love that. Think about how many companies that the first line is they talk about we sell or we specialize in or our thing is this. No, we start out the very first two words and we talk about the passion that we have. And I absolutely, as a marketing guy, I absolutely love that. That's part of what Archidon is. It's in our DNA. It's people that are emotionally invested in what they do every single day and making sure that they are giving every ounce of effort that they have to help their customers, whether it's sending a bill out or running a marketing program or working on an event. Archidon is about passionate people pouring passion into their jobs every day. And that's the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is when you leave here today, be passionate. And whatever your job is, be passionate, and that'll be part of our brand. The next thing we're going to talk about in our brand is customer-centric. So there's a line in our mission statement that I just said that says, understanding your goals, we tailor our solutions. And that's just part of it. But what that talks about is customer centricity. And there's two parts of customer centricity. One, it is treating every single customer as a very unique situation. They have a unique problem, they have a unique opportunity, whatever, but it's really treating people, our customers, uniquely. And then also the second part is treating them incredibly well. So taking care of them, making sure they're happy, making sure they're satisfied with the results, and if they have a problem, helping them out and getting those problems resolved. I have been, I guess, lucky and unlucky the last couple weeks to be months actually, working on a project that Scott assigned. It's called our Customer Centricity Project. We started with several members on the team, and a couple of them left the company, so it turns out that I'm the only member on the Customer Centricity team right now. So if what I'm about to show you is interesting, come see me after, and I'd love to get some help on this Customer Centricity team. But what the Customer Centricity team is doing what I just said, treating every customer correctly and treating them uniquely. So what we've done is we've kind of focused and we said, this Customer Centricity Project is all about making sure that when a customer talks to us with a problem or an issue, that first of all, they go to the right place. We've given them the communication and the information that they need to be at the right place, to call the right number, to use the right web form, to use the correct email, etc. The second part of it is, if by chance they get to the wrong place, we want to really quickly and easily, in a customer-centric manner, transfer them over in the right place where they feel like, hey, you got the wrong person, but Archidon's still going to take care of you. So I'll show you a little preview. We've done a little bit of work on this, and what we've done, and I keep saying we, it's really just me, so again, I need help. This is kind of a very high-level view of, these are all the ways that customers contact us, and it talks about how they contact us and who handles what. So like in this example, the yellow box right here, that's the CSM box. So that is all the things in bullet points are what CSMs are supposed to handle for a customer. The phone and little email means that that's how our customers contact CSMs. And then anytime a CSM has something that is not in their bucket, there's an arrow coming out of that box saying, this is where it's really supposed to go. So like in this example, the CSM is not really supposed to handle open tickets. So that's an issue that they get calls for and emails about, and they have to find a way to warm transfer that customer over to tech support. And same thing happens all. So I mean, this is kind of really high. This is not complete. This is kind of a first look. It's kind of a map of how our customers deal with us. But this is where we need to, this is kind of the idea of what we need to get to, is worrying about every customer when they come in the door. We're not only treating them uniquely, but we're saying, hey, I'm not the right person, but let me get you to the right person. Let me get you to the person who can help you, and I'm going to warm transfer you, and I'm going to make sure that you're taken care of. And when I did this map, when I did this audit, I found some really amazing examples of groups in here today that do this already. And the one that I'm going to lay out is John Liu's team, the events team. I talked with them, had a great session, and they said when they have a problem that needs to go to a CSM, they don't just say, okay, customer, here's the number of your CSM or here's your email. They do a warm transfer to the CSM, and then they actually follow up and take ownership of that issue. So if they've sent something over to the CSM and it's been 3 days and the CSM hasn't done anything about it, John's events team goes back and says, hey, CSM, I need you to follow up on this, or did you follow up on this, or what can I do to help you follow up on this with the customer? That's what we're talking about when I say customer centricity. It is taking ownership and saying, I'm not going to be happy until this customer is taken care of. So I thought it was a great example. Like I said before, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, if you want to make us be a more customer-centric company, come see me after this presentation. I'd love to get you on this team because I need a lot of help. So customer-centric was the the second thing on our list. And the last thing is, part of living our brand, is be proud. Now this is kind of a weird one, but I think it's really the coolest one that we have up here. The line in the mission statement that I'm talking about is, we said, delivering greater agility, engagement, and ROI to your business. And then later it says, and advancing your journey to a smarter workspace. So this one's a little bit hard to follow, but follow me here. Think about where we started. This company started as an audio company. Now, audio's cool. I mean, getting on a conference call is cool. It's nice. It's a little old-fashioned. But even when we launched this company 15 years ago, or whenever it wasn't really transforming. It wasn't groundbreaking. It's audio conferencing. It doesn't really change your business. It helps your business, but does not really change your business. What we're doing now with UC is literally transforming the way that companies do business, which, if you really think about it, I mean, how many people do you know out there can say, I am literally changing the way the world works? That's what we're doing. We're not selling coffee mugs. We don't sell air conditioning, things that people use but don't really matter. We are going into companies and we are changing the way that they do their jobs every day, which I think is pretty freaking cool. I'm proud of the fact that I work for a cloud communications company and we literally are changing the world. And I'm going to prove it to you. There was a study that Forrester did a couple of months back, and they went in and they looked at some companies. They kind of benchmarked a company with 5,000 employees. They started the study before they implemented Microsoft Teams, and then they studied them, and they came back and they found some pretty amazing results. So they increased productivity to the amount of $23 million. They reduced travel by almost $500,000. They reduced IT provisioning by $3 million, eliminated redundant hardware, $6 million. In 10 months, they implemented Microsoft Teams, and in 10 months, they paid back the results, the benefits, paid back and paid for the entire project. That is unheard of in IT, to invest in something and come back 10 months later and the entire thing is paid for. They had a 3-year impact of $19 million worth of cost and $42 million worth of benefits. So it's 123% ROI. Again, this is unheard of. You don't in IT have situations where companies invest some money and 10 months later they get an ROI like this. Guys, we are changing business. We are changing the way that companies work, the way that employees deal with each other and deal with their company and communicate. That's something to be proud of. Again, we're not selling coffee cups. We're selling something that is different, that changes the world. And every single person, when you go out in the market, you need to be proud of that. You need to be proud that you work for a cloud communications company that is changing the world. All right, so those are the three things. We're going to review really quick to make sure you got it. What was the first thing I said? Be what? Be passionate. Exactly. Second thing? Customer-centric. And the third? Man, you guys listen to me. That's good. I appreciate that. So that is how you live our brand. In just a second, or maybe in a few minutes, Scott's going to get up here, and we're going to get kind of all in a big circle. And as we do, and it's kind of our send-off for the thing, I want you to be thinking about that. When I leave here today, and for the next year until we're back here at this time next year, how do I be passionate? How do I be customer-centric? And how do I be proud? And literally, how do I go out every single day and live the Arcaden brand? Thank you very much.